quite a number of years ago, I would say about 3 years ago, I got a bunch of these SGLEDs. These instant start, non-flickering LED bulbs from Amazon. They came in 6-packs and stuff like that. So we're going to do a little one failed type of test here. And so going on, this is what they look like. My overhead camera is not working, so I'm going to have to do everything by the main camera. So this is what they look like when they're on. Stark white, bright, stupid light. They use about 7.1 watts or 0.11 of an amp, so about 110 milliamps. And our current voltage is about 115 volts. Kind of low today. So, like I said, one failed, and I can already tell what's wrong with it. I don't know if I can get it close enough to the camera to pick it up, but not really. Don't think you can see it with the glare. There it is, right there. So I got it right in the center of the screen. See that little black dot? The typical black dot of death. So, this is what it does now. It's a very dim, flickery, not like the other. So, from what I see here, since it's very dimly lit, there looks like there's 3 diodes per package. So, one of them things where you just can't do a quick little swap and fix it and stuff like that. So, we're going to pop these apart. So, these are just clipped in. So, there's 3 clips on each side of the lamp here, and we're going to pop them. And then we're going to do a little test of the diodes, and we'll see if we can jump it. Kind of the same scenario with the that other G50 or whatever that oddball industrial lamp was. So we're going to see if we can pop these. Which should be quite interesting. Oh, that's that easy to pop. That's easy. So what I'm doing is I'm pushing it on the of the gray plastic, because it's kind of like a 2-piece latch, to help me push in the clear part of the lens here, or whatever you want to call it, to help me pop this thing. Of course, you got to deal with 3 of them, so you got to kind of multitask your hands to get it to pop. So, just like that. Now we're going to just pull it up and get this thing to pop open. Because theoretically, if this thing has any kind of regulation in it, I should be able to just jump it with a piece of solder blob. Camera's not focusing very well. I haven't made a video in a couple of weeks, so nothing's working right. That's what happens when you don't do this crap regularly. So there. So we got the top cap. We got the ceramic with all the LEDs. So now that it's open, so on the bottom here on the left see if I can get it to focus. There he is. See the black spot? So that's the bad one. And it takes the whole effing thing down. So I made a little comment when Jay commented on my JK18 commented on one where I said, "Hey, one of your famous little SGLEDs failed on me," and it's in the bathroom, so it's not on very long, and it's on on and off, on and off, on and off, that type of position. These things should last forever, but here was his reply: "Even Toyotas break down." So the SGLEDs of Toyotas has broken down. And he says they're under warranty. They got a 5-year warranty. So I went ahead and I emailed SGLEDs, and it's been over a week now. And guess what? Here's what I heard. Absolutely nothing. They haven't replied. So I could use the forever Amazon warranty, but I got way better things to do than worrying about a pathetic little LED lamp replacing it and crap like that. So if SGLEDs happens to stumble amongst this video, I'm not very happy with you that you won't reply to your email and stuff like that. So if you want to send me a box of the A blah 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 LEDs to replace this one, be so kind and do so. So otherwise, we're going to have fun with this one and we're going to jump it. So I got my little homemade LED tester, and we're going to test these LEDs. So as you can see, I'll have to turn this ring light off because it's making too much light. So my little tester here lights up the LED, and it gives me a number up here. So this thing is broken so bad it's not even driving down my little tester meter here. So there's 3 diodes per package in these little boxes. So here's the good one, and obviously you can tell it's a good one. So it drives down the voltage to about 7.8 volts. So there's about I don't know what the specification of these LEDs are. So most white LEDs are 3 volts, but they could be lower. So there's a couple LEDs in there, because otherwise if it was a true 3-volt LED, it would say 3 volts or 3.2 or whatever. So I don't know what the exact specification of these things are, and we can just test each one just for shits and giggles here. But you get the idea. They're all the rest of them all work. It's just that one LED brought the whole thing down, which is typical of these LEDs, all wired in series to make use of the voltage coming out of the driver and crap like that. So I'm going to unplug my little tester here because I'm going to use the base here to hold this thing so it doesn't scatter all over the place, because we're going to be using a big honking soldering gun, the old-fashioned kind, because we need a lot of heat, because there ain't no way in hell that my little normal workstation is going to overcome the ceramic cooling on this thing. So we're going to screw that in there, and we're going to turn it around, and then we're going to get the big honking Craftsman, our 230 watts of awesome power. I just cleaned the tip too, because it was absolutely disgusting from the last time I used this thing on that other industrial LED. So what I use to clean these things is that acid core pipe soldering flux that you use for copper pipes. So I got a jar of that, and I get this thing red hot, and I dunk it in there. All kinds of awesome fumes comes out, and then you wipe it off, and you got a brand new clean tip. And then we're going to use some of my welding cable here of solder. So it's Kester 6340. So it's the Kester 44. So that's like the equivalent of 6340, whatever. So we're gonna burn that sucker off. So let's see if we can get you in a little closer. Probably you won't be able to see much what I'm doing because the overhead camera is not cooperating today. So we're gonna just burn this sucker off. You careful I don't drop that hot molten floor on my floor. I should get my get something to wipe that off with. Okay, so now we can clean that off and see what kind of mess I made. Because now it's a combination of melted plastic, so I don't think it'll light with nothing there. No, don't. So we got to make a solder bridge and bridge that sucker to get it to light again. So we'll get this fired back up again. We'll just put a big honking blob of solder there. And probably nothing will stick to this because it's so nasty now. So what I got here is I don't know what they use for a substrate, but I'm not going to be able to jump across it as easily as I was hoping for. But we may be able to bridge it with a wire. So I'll do that, see if I have any success with a wire. So we'll get a piece of wire out here. Of course, this should be interesting. Because you're not going to solder very well to this ceramic substrate without a huge nightmare. So now the next thing I got to do is jerry rig some kind of a holding device so I can burn off the enamel of this thing. We'll just jam them in the light. Because even this stuff is hard to work with this enamel. This thing is literally falling apart. All that, I don't know what you call it, black tar or whatever it is. It's just so nasty. So I won't be able to use that thing because it's just too broad. So I'll have to skip my other one out. So I'll have to move right in front of you. So that little micro tip ain't gonna work. Way too small. Let's try this one. So another tip that went nuclear, it's not supposed to do that. So I don't know if this is going to work or not. Probably not. Probably blow up. Nah. Can't jump these very easily. Oh well. So where does that go to? That one right there? Let's see if we can move that over. Just playing around, trial and error. Probably won't work. Oh, there it goes. Just got to get the connection right. So, at least it's got some kind of voltage regulation in this thing now. So, it's not the prettiest soldering job because you can't. It's impossible to solder on these things without probably preheating this thing and getting it all hot and stuff like that. So, at least we were able to get it working again. So we'll plug this back in and to my watt meter here, and we'll see how many watts it takes now. So we're down to 6.6 watts. What was the fresh one? One that wasn't sodomized. I think it was like 7. Yeah, 7.1 down to 6.6. So that's how much of a difference one LED goes out. But at least it's got regulation in it. So we're drawing 100 milliamps at 6.6 watts. So we were able to resurrect this one. So now we can put it back together. And nothing happened, people. So here's my bodge wire. Yeah, that is ugly. But that's the same thing happened with the other bulb there. You just you can't like I said, you can't really work on these things. They're not meant to be worked on, but I got to get that wire out of the way a little bit to put the cap back on. So I'll probably wreck it. So I got to support where I attach to the LED so I don't snap it off. So there, that's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do. Scrape off this nastiness. So if you got the time and the patience, you want to fuck around with these things and get it to relight, and then maybe put it in a spot where it's not used as hard, or leave it on all day and just have it explode or someday or something like that. I don't know. So these little guys, they went on a certain direction. So these little guys, they got that little smiley face on the bottom. That goes with the circuit board. My black ooze of stupidness. But I don't care, because nobody else is going to see it. And once this dumb thing is on there, you're never going to see it. See? Nothing wrong with that. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. It's perfect. Absolutely perfect. That crap out of the way. So now we'll plug it back in. And now it don't work because I broke the connection. Oh, come on. That sucked. We'll fix it again. Where'd my spudger go? That was an epic failure. Probably when I moved that wire, I fucked it up. You will come out. I will fix you again. Oh yeah, I broke it off. Fail. Fail. What a freaking mess I got here already. There, we fixed it again. That ain't gonna break. That's a good solder joint now. If it's ugly and big and honking, it's gonna work. So we're gonna put the cap back on and hope that it still works when I put the cap back on. Snap that back on. Plug it back in. It works. Yay! Ha! So, SGLEDs, I hope you see this video. I don't know how long this sucker has been running. It's probably too long. You probably all skipped ahead anyway, because that's what most of you do anyway. But we fixed an SGLEDs super, supposed to be a non-flickery. I've never tested the flicker test. We're going to do the flicker test right now. So I hope this thing is still set up for screwing around with flicker tests. So let's see. Is that the right one? Yeah, I think it is. Yep. So at least they don't flicker, but you can see the missing tooth. So that's interesting. SGLEDs with the missing tooth. Because that's where I jumped it. But it don't flicker, so that's awesome. So at least we proven, especially to the people who are super sensitive to flickering LEDs, these don't flicker. So SGLEDs may be the Toyota of LED lamps, but like JK18 said, even Toyotas break down. So this Toyota broke down. We were able to fix it. How long will it last? It should last a long time because it's got regulation in it. And according to the description on the SGLED's website, it does regulate because they don't know whether it's going to be out in the open like this or in a fixture or hanging in a fixture enclosed where this thing gets warm. It gets to a certain point. It gets to a certain temperature. It's going to start derating itself to attempt to save itself. So that's a test of the regulation is when the LED drops out and you jump it, that it can still work again if you want to take the time and screw around and jump it. It's not going to be pretty when you do this because it wasn't pretty on the other one that I did when I jumped that one. That your soldering skills even if you suck at it. Even a pro like me, you just can't work on these nicely because it's just not going to happen. But if you can bodge a wire on there, or if you can jump it, but I don't think you can jump these just because of that ceramic substrate. But if you could get a wire on there and jump across the two, of course it would have been easier if the LED failed between two other diodes packages. Then you could just jump it, take that LED and just rip it off, and then jump between the two good LEDs, because it'd be a lot easier to jump a wire between the LEDs because you can just tack a wire on each end of each side and jump it. So that would be a lot easier to do than what I did, because the first LED failed in series. So what I did, and of course the overhead camera wasn't working. It's not working for whatever reason. I'll fix it later if I do, or just get another camera, because it is what it is. But anyway, I had to actually, luckily the circuit board was the jump connection for my particular area, and then I jumped was able to connect there, because you see the wires going up the backside, so it goes to that junction block in there, and then the junction block is connected to the trace in the substrate. So I went from the junction block and put the wire on there, because you can see where the wire connects up and over. So I connected to that over to the next LED, was able to jump it successfully. Of course, as soon as I moved it, I broke it off, but was able to reattach it again and get it to work. So it lost a couple of watts, so it's a little bit more efficient now. So if you stayed this long, these get hot. These are actually quite warm. See what that is. Which is probably why they failed, is because of the heat. And that's what kills LEDs, is heat. So, of course I can't see. Get that sucker right on there. I can't see. I'm blinded by the light. Is there a laser on there? Yeah, it is. I can't see the laser though. So, the best temperature I got is about 104 Fahrenheit. So, it's probably a little hotter at the LED where it that substrate takes the heat away. But as with any kind of LED or light emitting diode, if you're like these things, they're all in series. So there's 3 in a package. The packages are all in series, so it's just like a chain. Your chain is only as strong as your weakest link. So one link failed, it brought the whole thing down. So what I do know about this is, before it did fail, it started flickering. I mean, it was like a candle, and then eventually that one diode in the package finally gave up. And then it probably short-circuited or something like that, or went open. I don't know what it did, so doesn't matter. The other 2 diodes in the package were trying to light. Of course, it didn't work because it broke the system. So I guess that's all we can do about this one. Yeah, I know the thing was under warranty, but like I said in the beginning of the video, they never replied. I'm not going to keep hounding people over a bulb. It's just not worth my time. I got way better things to do than to worry about my warranty. if this one, if I have a couple of more fail, like 2 or 3 more, I'll just buy another set of 4 or 6 from Amazon, and then do the forever Amazon warranty and say these are all fail, they don't work. So that's that. So that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next video. Bye bye.